I'm Julian, professional traveller. I've travelled to over 65 countries.
I'm Camilla, also a professional traveller, just trailing behind Julian with 50.
We are the unlikely travel companions, competing with each other for the best travel adventures as we explore all the world's weird and wonderful places.
Experiencing all the hardships and magical moments along the way.
I'm a better traveller than Camilla when it comes to avoiding dodgy locals.
I'm a better traveller than Julian at finding where the locals hang out. Together, we test our friendship, experiencing the ultimate exploration of our planet and its people. Join us
On Julian and Camilla's World Odyssey. In this Odyssey, we travel to the Eastern European city of Kyiv, capital of Ukraine, where we find strong men keen to show off their guns.
Julian investigates the local dating scene.
You only go out with foreign men.
Yeah.
Oh no, she's meowing to me. Oh dear.
And delves deeper than he needs to.
We visit the site of the world's biggest nuclear disaster, the deserted exclusion zone of Chernobyl.
We find a country still emerging from its past.
You like the Soviet Union?
Of course, I'm communist.
And witness the celebrations surrounding 18 years of Ukrainian independence.
Ukraine sits astride Europe and its former Soviet master Russia. To get to know its people, we visit a country fair in Veliki Sorochinsy before joining a tour to Chernobyl.
Focusing our attention on Ukraine's largest city, Kyiv, we start our journey in its vibrant city centre.
Kyiv is an imposing city, large in scale. Sitting on the banks of the Dnieper River, you can't help but feel a little insignificant. In every direction you look, there's an endless sea of concrete and green stretching to the horizon.
We started our day with a walk down the main street Kreschatik, a huge 8-lane boulevard closed to traffic on weekends. It's quite nice. Lots of advertising.
They seem to have embraced capitalism pretty quick in 18 years.
They've kind of ruined the arch.
Do you think they've only slightly ruined the arch?
There was a faint smell of testosterone in the air, and I found myself being drawn into a display of strength. Show me the technique. Oh, yeah, like on the side, like that. Oh, yeah, you ready, Camilla?
You can't be a professional.
You
Can't be professional.
Kyiv is definitely an odd city at first glance, but offers a visual banquet of people watching.
Known around the world for its beautiful women, I was happy to learn that in the Ukraine, for every man, there is 1.14 woman. There's way more women than there is men, you see.
You'll love it. This will be your country. You might even find a wife here.
Ooh, what are they doing, Camilla? I don't want to look.
Why? You don't find it
I don't
attractive?
find it attractive, no.
Oh, man.
It seemed that everywhere you looked, there were young people in love, which was becoming a little depressing.
With the sun setting on our first day, we went back to our accommodation at the beautiful Hyatt, a luxury 5-star hotel right in the heart of the city.
I'd heard it was the best place in town, and by staying there, I was hoping it would help to impress the 2 dates I had organised for later that night. You have a date, 2 girls in one night. A drink, my dear. Ukraine has had the unfortunate experience of being raided by foreigners for their women, either through mail-order brides or the sex trade. I was hoping to find a different side and maybe, just maybe, find true love. Hello, I'm Julian.
I'm good, too.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Come through to the bar. Yeah. My first date, Katya, was a rather tall model from Kyiv. Are the Ukrainian men good?
If be honesty,
Yes.
I always met only foreign men.
Oh, okay. You only go out with foreign men.
Yes.
Just because, what is the difference between a foreign man and a Ukrainian man?
Everything different.
Everything is different.
Yes.
You're single or?
Now I'm single.
Oh, you're
I'm
single.
looking for new love.
You're looking for new love?
Yes. Serious love.
Serious love?
Yeah.
Preferably from a foreign man?
Yeah.
Yes. I was ticking all her boxes, but I wanted to know why she wanted to leave Ukraine. Do you not like the Ukraine?
I like Ukraine, but when you're it, I have more possibility to do what I want.
I
Not
see.
here, yeah.
So you want to leave, yeah?
Yeah. Maybe you're inviting me to go to London?
Oh, you want me to invite you to London? Yes, maybe, yes. Yeah. The date was going very well, but then came some tricky questions.
Are you a romantic person?
I think so, a little bit.
I am very romantic.
You're very romantic. All
Yeah.
women are romantic.
What do you do to be romantic?
Oh, I might buy some flowers or,
You think that to buy some flowers, it's be romantic?
maybe.
Oh.
Or maybe, let's see
It's not
then.
enough. You
It's
know,
not enough.
No.
Great. As usual, I blew my chances at the final hurdle. Our romantic London liaison would be off. My second date of the night would hopefully go better. Maria had listed herself on a dating website where 80% of her dates were with foreign men. And do you go on a lot of dates or
Yeah, a few times per week.
twice a week? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lot. With different men all the time?
Yes.
2 dates a week seemed an awful lot to me, and as we drank into the night, I couldn't get those other men out of my head. How do I weigh up to the other gentlemen that you have dated? Good? Bad? Like leaning...
Nobody asked me this question before.
Things went rapidly downhill from there.
Yeah.
How old are you? You're...
It's not a good question.
Oh, no, I'm just wondering how...
Ukrainian women doesn't like it.
Doesn't like that
no,
question.
no,
Okay,
no,
sorry.
No,
Yes.
it's not polite to
Not
ask this
polite. Oh,
question.
sorry.
Yes.
Yes. With all hopes dashed, I tried to find out if the world's perception of Ukraine bore any truth. Are lots of women in the Ukraine trying to, get hold of a man as fast as they can?
It depends on what do you want, really. You know, if you want just to be married,
Yes.
it's easy. If you want, fall in love, you know.
It's difficult, isn't it?
It's difficult.
Yes, to meet that perfect somebody. The bears had opened the floodgates. Have you ever had your heart broken?
Before,
Yes.
a few years ago,
Just once?
just once.
I've had it twice. Maybe 3 times. Unfortunately, my display of vulnerability hadn't gone down that well with Maria, and she left to meet someone else. The only fireworks I experienced that night were the ones lighting up the lonely sky over Kyiv.
They say in Ukraine that guns are as popular as vodka. And because of last night's failings, I thought it would help Julian to release some of his pent-up frustration if we fired a few rounds.
You guys have a shot before, right? None of you. Okay. Don't relax. It's not loaded yet.
It's not loaded, okay.
Shooting it like this, right?
Why is there a hole in the wall right there?
Where's... I don't know.
Before firing the Kreschatik, I wanted to see our instructor's papers.
He was in the military?
Soviet and Ukraine.
Yep. Oh, yes. Okay. Well, is that the safety off, is it? Whoa! I was a natural. The instructor even comparing me to the great Russian sniper, Vasily.
1, 2, 3.
That's my shots, Camilla.
Slowly, yeah? I'm completely deaf now.
Guys, please.
And... Whoa.
Are you hitting the ground below number 4?
Completely missed?
Yep. Oh, you got a 6, Camilla. After all that, you got a 6.
How about...
So about 2.5 metres
I'm out.
to the left. Well, there you go.
Done with that one.
You got there.
Is that my one?
That's your best.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to go to war with a big gun like that. Might be a useful skill to know, though. That's why I kind of thought it would be a good idea
when
to
the
do.
world breaks down, you
Well, you never know.
out of 30 bullets, you might be able to kill one of the baddies.
I was glad for another day of competition to end. It would be good to get out and relax in the countryside the next day. Veliki Sorochintsy is a 2-hour drive from Kyiv and home to the Sorochintsy Fair, a cultural landmark. It was made internationally famous in the 1800s after featuring in a short story by Ukrainian writer Nikolai Gogol. To this day, it continues to be the #1 fair in the country.
Lots of local people here. I don't think tourists come to this sort of thing. Deary me. That's a food hall. We immediately found ourselves being attracted to the free vodka tent, and we weren't the only ones. He likes it.
Very cute.
Back for seconds.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Oh my God, not another one.
You have another one, Camilla. Number 3.
Oh,
I might need a rest.
no vomiting.
With 4 shots churning inside me, I was hoping that I'd filled my vodka quota for the day, but the friendly lady at the brick display had other ideas. Wow, it's a popular drink here in the Ukraine, vodka.
Everyone's drinking.
Unfortunately, the hospitality included salo, a Ukrainian delicacy of pure pig fat, presented on a slice of bread. Oh God, that's huge. Another vodka. Oh my goodness.
It goes.
Oh, stop in.
Our national. Very tasty.
I think I'm getting drunk.
Be strong, man.
Oh, be strong, okay. The pig fat was disgusting and wasn't mixing very well with my 6th drink. Oh, I feel a bit sick after vodka.
Really? I just feel a little bit drunk. Unfortunately for them, the local kids and a girl called Sandra became the fair's drunk magnets, attracting us and our vodka-drinking kin. It really felt like we were seeing a different side of Ukraine than we'd witnessed in Kyiv, and you never knew what crazy thing you were going to come across next.
Oh, what is this?
Drunk foxes playing poker. It's a beautiful display.
You think it's real?
I don't think it's real.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it is.
It's not real. Yeah, maybe it is. On a vodka high, we decided to seek some thrills on the amusements. It seemed strange that no one was going on the rides, but we soon learnt why. What? This is shit. That's just
I don't know about this, eh?
Oh, the seatbelt holds that in. You're chained in as well? Oh my God, how many deaths have you had? Oh, even that's hardcore. Oh my God. Oh, this is horrible. I got a bleeding nose. Vomit to the left. Oh.
Thank you. Spicy bar.
It's very homemade. You make it yourself. She needs to vomit.
It's okay, I'm fine now.
Spicy.
It was an incredibly stupid idea to go on a ride after drinking, especially as I also suffer from motion sickness.
I haven't got any water, but I can go get you some water.
Yeah.
Comes from under a guy's chair over there.
Spicy bar.
Oh, the ride might not make you sick, but that water probably will.
Possibly was fizzy.
Then I saw something I knew would make Camilla feel better. My lady friend there, she is a little bit from the ride. So this one, cheer her up. Not a love one, no. Friendship one. Unfortunately, the balloon wasn't helping, so I left Camilla to convalesce and went in search of Ukraine's 3rd strongest man, Sergei Kanyushok, who was judging an arm wrestling competition by the brick display. Luckily for the locals, I had turned up too late to enter, but they were going to let me go over the top with the final champion, Anton. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Не-не-не, это некрасиво. Давайте покажем украинскую монетарную силу. И тут мы тоже покажем. See different. Я хочу сказать, у нас был международный турнир.
It had been a great day at the fair, but we both left a lot worse for wear. My arm's a little sore from getting caned by a 280 kg monster.
We started off well and somehow we lost our way at the fair.
Too much vodka.
Yeah.
That's where we went wrong at the beginning. You think you'll vomit on the way home?
Only if you're lucky.
Only if I'm lucky. Unlucky.
You're lucky.
Get it all over me. I don't want to have it all over me. Yeah.
The next day, we moved from the central city to the Pechursk neighborhood, the historic heart of Kyiv, checking into the Hotel Salut, somewhat of a local landmark.
Very unusual shape, isn't it? It's like a hand grenade crossed with a pineapple.
It was like a Soviet theme park, and just the kind of place you want to stay when visiting Eastern Europe, with interesting decor and animal skins on the floor. Advertising itself as a business hotel, Salut has everything a businessman could want, and as the manager informed us, a little bit more.
You know about our nightclub?
With Camilla safely in bed, I thought it would only be polite to find out more about the hotel's night bar. Ah, it is a strip club. Oh, I don't think Camilla would like this. Oh, it's a cat woman.
Meow.
Oh no, she's meowing to me. Oh dear. Now it's uncomfortable. Oh, hello. How are you? Watch out for the bear there. Okay. Okay. Oh, that foot in. Oh my God. I thought that was leather that you were wearing, but it's not. Oh, you're sitting on me there. Oh, yeah, very good. The next day, I felt remorseful, a feeling intensified by the glorious views of the golden roofs of the Sacred Caves Monastery complex. The #1 attraction in Kyiv, the Caves Monastery is also a site of religious pilgrimage, and it seemed an appropriate place to repent for last night's sins.
There's still enough people inappropriately dressed here. I put in an effort.
Did you?
Skirt over my knees, headscarf.
Just. Marginal.
What do you mean just?
You only just put on an effort. That thing's see-through.
Why are you looking through my top?
I'm not looking through it. You can just, you can see that it's see-through.
Don't point at my in a religious place, please.
Your top would have been fine if you're in Ibiza.
Built in the 11th century, the monastery has been one of the main centres of the Orthodox world for a millennia. We set about exploring the vast underground labyrinth of the lower caves.
Guided by candlelight, the cramped tunnels are definitely not for the claustrophobic. Dotted along the way are small chapels containing a more authentic atmosphere than I was anticipating. These mummies. They're very small.
Look at this, look at the hand.
As Julian had found out, the caves are the home of over 100 mummified saints and priests whose presence attracts many worshippers.
What is it? Oh, it's a dude. He's praying.
This is the exit.
Behind the monastery is the Museum of the Great Patriotic War, the Russian term for World War II. The park surrounding the museum is laden with tanks, missiles and sculptures, with its centrepiece being the huge 203-foot titanium statue known as the Mother of the Nation.
As luck would have it, we stumbled across another strongman display, and I was happy to see my old friend, Ukraine's third strongest man. Do you into these big muscle men, are you, Camilla?
No, not at all.
I reckon everyone here would want him.
Including you?
No. The first feat of strength was the car lift.
Is that
He has to lift it multiple times, Camilla. Oh, he's struggling. Like we'd seen with the arm wrestling, there was an opportunity for the amateurs to show their strength. They're stronger.
But there's 3 of them. Yeah, well done, average man.
It was time to move on to the big piece of metal press. Look at those veins popping out. He can't do it. Oh, he shouldn't even be up there. Oh, he's awful. He's gonna kill someone.
Next, one for all good Ukrainian farm boys, the tractor tyre lift.
He's gonna pop.
One lucky local boy had the chance to show how light the tyre actually was.
He can't even move it.
Give up. Oh, he's just labouring it for far too long. If he gives up now, he'll have dignity, but if we keep pushing it, he might not.
He has given up. The final event was dubbed a world record car pull. 10 cars in one go. It didn't seem record-breaking, but it was an amusing display, and once more we were left amazed by Ukrainian strength.
Having had our fill of big muscles, we headed to the other side of town to see a more feminine side of Ukraine's sporting prowess. We'd booked ourselves in for a lesson at the Terpsichore School of Rhythmic Gymnastics, the top school in town. They had already produced a few Olympic champions and were busy training Ukraine's future stars.
Ooh, here's your ball, Camilla. That's my favourite.
Why is she your favourite?
Don't know, because she's got the ball.
Do you want to do the ball?
Oh, yeah, I want to be doing the ball. So not many guys do this, do they, really?
Can't see any here.
Except for that guy over there.
I've seen them in the Olympics. Can I make that?
I was first up, and as Julian had already marked his territory, I was on ribbon duty.
Smaller?
That ribbon looks easy.
Oh, that one doesn't look easy.
Yes, it does.
No. No, that's not right. Down. Oh, yeah.
Julian's competitive glares were putting me off my game.
Patronize me.
It was my turn to do something much harder, and my first challenge was against an 8-year-old girl. Can I do that?
Yes.
I can try. The ball was proving to be a relatively easy discipline. Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Something difficult?
Yes. Okay. Nearly. Who is the best person in...
Best person
in
gymnastics.
Yes.
Come in.
I begrudgingly admit that I needed some more practice. What is your dream?
I want to become a champion.
Champion?
Yes.
Why is gymnastics so popular in the Ukraine?
Because it's so beautiful, it's so interesting, and because it's so very good for girls. Because they don't do sport, they're so fat.
In the years to come, I'll be keeping an eye on the Olympics in the likely event I will spot one of these young hopefuls.
Our next neighbourhood to visit was Hydro Park, Kyiv's riverside playground.
I'm a fan of kitsch attractions, and Kyiv in miniature fitted the bill perfectly. Opened 5 years ago, these private grounds contain 48 scale models of Kyiv landmarks that you'd never mistake for the real thing.
I think the only good thing about it is that you can see everything there is to see in Kyiv in one massive go.
Get all your traveller ticks you like collecting.
Oh, yeah.
Tick, tick,
Well,
tick.
I can see that leaning tower thing, or I guess it's not leaning in real life.
It's leaning here.
The church.
The main reason to visit Hydro Park is to see the people sunning themselves on the golden sand beaches of the Dnieper River. A great place to view the locals at their most relaxed.
That's what beach is about, though.
Having a look at other people.
Well, there's some real showy ones. Like, isn't Venice Beach in LA like that?
Nah,
I don't know. Kyiv
River Beach
is a big pervin hotspot.
Is that what they call it? Kyiv
It
River
is
Beach.
now.
It turns out that it was a little like Venice Beach, but with even less clothing. Ukrainian men working out are definitely a sight to behold. At
this point in the journey, I was feeling culturally out of my depth. Certainly kind of Russian-ish.
We're all women. I feel quite out of place here.
You do. You look out of place here as well. You're not wearing Speedos. After seeing so many things we would not easily forget, we decided to lose ourselves in the comforting warmth of a world-famous dish Ukraine has claimed as their own, chicken Kyiv.
We found a place that looked likely to sell it. Done in a communist-era vibe, it was the perfect spot to revisit a dish I hadn't tried since 1987.
So good, is it?
Really from Kyiv.
Really from Kyiv, really from our restaurant.
Really from your restaurant.
Yeah, enjoy your meal.
Thank you. Chicken Kyiv's origins are still hotly disputed, but it seems likely the recipe was a French invention in the 1800s.
In 1991, a speech by President Bush Sr. warning the Ukrainian people against suicidal nationalism was dubbed the Chicken Kyiv speech for its bad advice. Ignoring his words, a public ballot was held and Ukraine declared independence from Soviet rule. Democracy hasn't been easy. In 2004, the Orange Revolution saw huge numbers of people protesting against a corrupt election. The resulting revote gave Viktor Yushchenko the presidency. Graffiti from that time is now preserved behind perspex in Kyiv's Independence Square.
The fingerprints of Ukraine's Soviet past still linger, though. A prominent statue of communist leader Vladimir Lenin, the last in Kyiv, was recently disfigured in an attack by vandals. Now covered in green mesh, members of the Communist Party have camped out to try to raise money for its repair. Hello, do you speak English?
Yeah.
Yes. Why did they break it?
Because they fascists.
They're fascists.
Yes, because Lenin for him is a symbol of Soviet Union, and they
don't like Soviet Union.
They don't like Soviet Union very much.
You like it?
We?
You like the Soviet Union?
Of course, I'm communist.
You're a communist?
Yes.
Ah. How big is the Communist Party? It's quite big?
Not quite big, but not big as we want.
Not as big as you want. So you would like Ukraine to go back to the old days?
It is not back,
not
it is
back.
ahead.
Ahead, okay. Very good.
While Julian was busying himself with his new comrades, I was on the other side of town, visiting a museum designed to educate people about the world's biggest nuclear disaster, Chernobyl. A diorama in the museum shows the events of the 26th of April 1986, when reactor number 4 at the Chernobyl power plant exploded in the early hours of the morning. Soviet authorities did not immediately acknowledge the scale of the accident, and it was a full 2 days before 100,000 residents were ordered from the surrounding area.
And at 11 p.m. the decision was made to prepare for the evacuation. Radiation levels in the town were increasing.
600,000 workers were involved in the cleanup. One of the most dangerous jobs was shoveling the radioactive debris back into the blast zone. Putting their lives at extreme risk, workers were only allowed to work in 1-minute shifts. The full extent of the disaster and its effect on the environment can never truly be measured. Contradictory reports estimate between 4,000 and 200,000 excess cancer deaths could occur.
Chernobyl is a 2-hour drive from Kyiv and is becoming an increasingly popular place to visit amongst foreign tourists, but not so much with locals. Having heard conflicting stories about radiation levels in the zone, we nervously met up with our tour group.
Everybody we asked, locals said, "Oh, you're crazy. It's not healthy." Yeah. Why are you doing this?
Are you worried about the radiation?
No, totally not.
It's the same as if you were there for a week. It's the same as an X-ray.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
You're worried, are you?
Oh, we're going to a nuclear meltdown.
Wow.
Yeah. It's still melting there.
It's still melting. Yeah, there you go. We're lagging behind. We made our way to the exclusion zone, a heavily guarded and secure area covering a 30-kilometre radius around the accident site.
Our first stop was the town of Chernobyl, where we were informed that the area is now relatively safe. We still had to sign a waiver, meaning we couldn't assign any future health problems to our Chernobyl day trip.
The radioactive atmosphere was playing with my mind. I wasn't exactly feeling at ease, and then out came the Geiger counter.
To calm you down or to make you feel comfortable, this is the highest you will see during our tour. It won't be more than this.
How long do you have to live with this sort of intense radiation?
Or you can stay. It's 1.2 milliroentgens. It's nothing. You need 300 roentgens at least to be exposed for 1 hour to get this radiation sickness.
And that's 1.2?
It's 1.2 milliroentgens. It's a 1,000th part of a roentgen.
I thought you were about to die.
It's nothing, Camilla.
Yeah.
It's still beeping alarmingly at you though, isn't it? Just as I'd calmed down, the chimney stack of reactor number 4 came into view. Having seen its image so many times on television, it was unsettling to see it in person. It's nearly 500. Is that a high?
It's not dangerous. The airplane is even more sometimes.
More than 500 on the plane, really? Despite the relatively low radiation levels, the original sarcophagus, built to last only 30 years, is in danger of collapsing. Funds have been gathered to start work on a new cover, designed to contain the radioactive mess for a further 100 years.
I was curious to know if there were any mutant three-eyed fish, like the one made famous in The Simpsons.
That one is a mutated one. It's as big as a shark. I guess this is what happens when people don't fish. Fish actually live in the water.
Were there ever any mutant fish?
No, there was one, they called it Boris before.
Yes.
But it died natural, lived probably 60
But
years.
it had 3 eyes?
No. 2 normal eyes. No, but it was contaminated. Even you can probably eat contaminated fish, but not bones.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, if you're desperate, you know.
Would you eat one of these fish?
No, catfish is too fat, too greasy.
Oh, right.
Oh, just because it's too greasy, not because it's contaminated.
Our next stop was the abandoned town of Pripyat, the former home to 50,000 people.
What is this building, do you think?
It's a hotel. This is like life without humans, isn't it? So if you just left your hotel for 20 years, this is what would happen to it.
And some looting.
Ah. Oh, this is nuclear dust, isn't it?
Most residents were told that it was to be a temporary evacuation. Leaving all their belongings, they only found out later that they would never be allowed to return. However, at the time, it did make it easier for authorities to convince people to leave.
But the evacuation was done in a proper way, absolutely perfect way.
Perfect evacuation.
48 hours, 48,000 people. The buses were coming like in a circle.
Right.
Wow. Pripyat had been home to many young families. The local school has now become a desolate museum of the Soviet era, a moment in time where kids studied Lenin, worshipped cosmonaut heroes, and were taught that capitalism was evil.
Черный ворон, что ж ты вьешься надо мной?
Still in the exclusion zone, we ended the day with lunch. My hands raw from scrubbing them clean. Well, you can probably have one. I don't have much of an appetite. Is the food from the local area?
Yes, yes. The fish is from the pond. I'm joking. Everything, it's against the law to eat something that is grown here. So they bring all the food outside of the zone.
Ah, good. I can have something then. He may have been telling the truth, but the kitchen staff didn't seem interested in us finding out any more.
We were finally ready to escape Chernobyl, but before we could leave, we had to pass through a scanner to see if we'd been contaminated.
This is freaky.
Get Geigered.
No problem. Am I let out?
Green, green, green. Woo! Completely unradioactive.
Good.
Will you come back here?
No. Would you?
No.
Our last neighbourhood to visit was Podil, an old neighbourhood of Kyiv. The best way to get there is by taking Andrew's descent from the city centre, an epic tourist market filled with something for every taste. How much? How much? Price?
40.
40 grams.
40.
I'll give you 30.
She has to do it by hand, Camilla. It's a lot of hard work. Hard work on her fingers.
Oh, it's an old lady. I can't really bargain her down.
She's selling you 2 for 50. Tom and Jerry.
Which one? No.
Because she's saying they're a set. You have to buy them together.
No. I only want the mouse, thanks.
Now she's going to have to make another Jerry. Tonight, you make one more Jerry. Jerry plus 1.
The street also has souvenirs such as pig fat and caviar magnets, communist memorabilia, and most famous of all in these parts, Russian dolls, adapted for the international tourist.
What's your biggest seller? Michael Jackson?
No.
No?
What?
Bin Laden.
Bin Laden is the most popular.
Oh, you said that quite quietly.
Real KGB jacket.
May I try it on? It's heavy. Wouldn't want to be chasing a spy in this, would you? You think I'd wear this around London? It's ridiculous. One odd thing we noticed was how popular Hugh Laurie, the actor from the American TV show House, was. Why is the TV show House so popular?
Because he's sexy.
He's sexy?
Sexy, more than Ricky Martin.
Really? More than Ricky Martin?
Yeah,
Have they ever tried to do you for copyright issues and merchandise?
What is copyright?
What
are you talking about?
What is copyright?
We did come across something original that was definitely not to my taste.
Can my friend wear it?
No, I'm not going to wear it.
Oh.
This is my worst nightmare, having a wolf on top of me like this.
Like, that's...
Eyes up.
Yes, eyes up.
Yeah.
Look at me.
The walk down the steep hill seemed never ending. It felt like I'd entered some sort of 19th century super mall. I'm exhausted. I'm just glad to be at the end of it. You want to buy me a drink? Unfortunately for us, the nearest drink was kvass, loved by Ukrainians.
Alcohol? No, not alcohol. What?
Smells like my home brew.
What does it taste like?
Yeast. It's not that bad. It's not revolting bad. Give me some more of this delicious drink.
It's disgusting. Leaving Andrew's descent, we wandered into Padil. Totally rebuilt in 1811 after a devastating fire, Padil still retains some of its 19th century charm.
The next day, I headed to a park on the other side of town, where I'd heard old men gather to pass the time playing chess. Having been a minor chess legend at home, I fancied my chances against the locals. How often do you come here? Every day?
Yes.
How many minutes?
5 minutes.
5 minutes, whole game. Not good with the clock. The other players had spotted an easy buck. The next challenger was willing to give me 5 minutes on the clock against his 1. So you think I'm that useless? Ready, set, go. Ugh. His clock had stopped, but I hadn't noticed, allowing him to make 3 moves after the minute and win the game. If I had noticed your time ran out, I would have won. But I didn't notice. Damn! I never stood a chance. I learnt my new friend had been an international master. So you are the best man here? I won't be eating tonight. I have no more money to spend. I'm not used to that speed chess.
While Julian slept off his chess depression, I decided to head out and experience a Ukrainian nightclub. Heaven would have been the perfect place for Julian. Beautiful girls on the dance floor, and even more beautiful girls dancing on the bar. I met a young married Ukrainian couple, Alexandra and Andrew, who invited me and Julian to their apartment the following night.
Up here, is it? Very good to meet you.
What drinks? Oh, great. Just getting a... Your cat's very, very, very cute.
Kind of hydro park.
Hydro Park. I went to the Hydro Park.
Yeah.
I saw your guys. They always speedos.
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever compete with the way Ukrainian women dress. Like they wear high heels and the craziest clothing.
like
they all
when
look like they're very sexy all the time.
Yeah, they try to be. They try to because they always like in a search for a man.
Their friend had a different view as to why Ukrainian women dress up.
Lots of people actually come from different cities and get like a bad job, small money, they rent apartment with friends, and maybe the only thing they left to like be proud of is
their beauty.
Yep.
Yeah. In our time in Kyiv, I still hadn't found out how the average person views Ukraine's relationship with Russia. Are you closer to Russia or like to Europe?
We are close to Russia, but we would like to be, or we are trying to promote that we are close to Europe.
Hopefully, eventually we join EU.
EU membership may be some time away, with Russia still taking a vested interest in Ukraine.
Well, they still try to influence in a political way. They make us depend on them in some coal.
They try and do that with all the former Soviets.
Yes,
They're actually quite sad it broke up.
They want. I think the aim is to get the Soviet Union again.
It's not going to happen.
I hope not, because it's ridiculous. You know, they'd be fighting for independence, all these countries, for I don't know how many years, and then bam, just because Russia wants it back.
Do you think the future is bright for Ukraine?
If the right people are gonna come to the reign, I think it is. But now, I really can't see, and all our friends, they also like a bit not that optimistic about it, but we all think that a bright future could be.
I'm not a singer. I'm not a singer.
The next day was going to see the 18th anniversary of one of the most important events in Ukrainian history. On the 24th of August 1991, the country announced its independence from the Soviet Union.
The place to be was not surprisingly Independence Square, on lockdown to limit the crowd. So we found ourselves a great spot at the end of the parade route.
Would you feel safe if your country paraded out its army and all its guns?
Shit, yeah. I'd love it. Then the massive display of military power began.
Wow, they've got 4 helicopters.
As usual, Julian had something to complain about. This time, the helicopter formation.
Yeah, it's not symmetrical, they've lost one. It's meant to be another one, so it forms a triangle.
Here's some parading people.
Oh, wow, look at that, little Navy guys. Even the foot soldiers seemed impressed by the Air Force flyover as the fighter planes made their mark. Which ones are you into? The blue berets or the green berets?
Which ones are you into?
Inheriting an already powerful army after the collapse of the Soviet Union, and with military service still compulsory for young men, Ukraine has one of the largest armies in Europe.
The crowd was suddenly silenced by the world's biggest plane, the AN-225, making its way slowly across the city. This is regiment number 758.
Is that it?
That's it.
No way, where's
That's all they got.
tanks?
Everyone's going. They must know how big their army is. This is all they have. It may have been the end of the parade, but the street party was about to begin, and the kids and the older generation let loose.
Хай живе наша Україна! Хай
A display of Ukraine's finest military equipment was set up in the main street and quickly became a children's playground, a bizarre sight for a Westerner's eyes. Ukraine feels like a place in the process of writing its most important history, trying to shake off its Soviet past by showing in every way possible that it can stand on its own 2 feet. With the young people I'd met, at least the country's future seems in safe hands.
During my time in Kyiv, I'd come across a culture far different from my own. It's a city where the men are strong and the women are beautiful, and they are very proud of this fact. It's an exciting city with pleasant surprises waiting around every corner.